So I struggled with addiction for over 10 years of my life and been to 6 different treatment programs all over the country.
I came to Florida for treatment myself and never left. To cope with my father's death, I was put on anti-anxiety and antidepressant medications, which I got highly addicted to, and that mixed with alcohol and other things. And because I'm just a very anxious person to begin, or I always have had anxiety, when I found that, it just kind of was like, oh, I guess that's what normal must feel like, and I ran with it.
So when I was 18, I left home. I went right into the military. I spent 8 years in the Marine Corps. I went on, did some combat tours, drank real heavily during my time in the military. Towards the tail end of it, I started getting into harder things, doing drugs as well.
Nothing was working. There was nobody left. There was no friends. There was no family left to call. And I was homeless in DC. And I just realized that that's not why I was put on this earth. So I picked up the phone one last time. I got in touch with Beach House, and my admissions counselor made me feel right at home from the first phone call. Got me set up to come down. I came down to Beach House with literally a bag of clothes and no money left to my name. I went through the longest program that Beach House offers and went into the sober living house afterwards. And about 8 months clean and sober, Beach House actually reached out to me and said that they had a position that they wanted to hire me at, and I was the first alumni client to get a job here. And I've been working here ever since. And not only did Beach House save my life, they gave me a brand new life that I love today.
I come from a family where addiction runs pretty heavy in it, but so does recovery. So I have family who have gone through treatment, who have picked up the phone and made the same phone call I made 7 years ago, the same phone call that I pick up today about reaching out and trying to get help. For myself, I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for my family, first of all, pushing me to seek help, but also supporting me throughout the whole process. So to be able to be the person on the other side of the phone today, to be able to pick up that phone call and talk to moms, brothers, sisters, family members of an individual who are struggling today, it means a lot knowing that I was that person at one point.
I realized I needed to open up a lot more to people. I'd spent a lot of time before coming down here by myself, just sort of withering away. And it was nice to be around people and have a community. To be honest, that's probably one of the most important things I got out of Beach House, is having a sense of community and knowing there's people around and you make friends, I didn't feel like I belonged anywhere. I was like, well, I can't go back. I pretty much just had to stick it out. And luckily the techs at Beach House were extremely friendly. They're very personable, and it made you feel like, okay, well, this is somewhere I can call home for a little bit, You have to want it, is what I realized. And you also have to be, one big thing is, be more scared of going back to your old self than to venture into the unknown and become, see what awaits you. But that was the biggest thing for me.
So you don't feel brave at that moment, I look back and I know that it was brave, because I look at every client that I help get into treatment and I think, wow, you're so brave. But you don't think you're brave at the time. You actually don't think anything close to brave. You're just full of lots of guilt and lots of shame, and you just don't like yourself. So I really try to make sure to let people know that although they may feel that way right now, I promise you that will change.
Well, I learned that if I wanted to grow as a person and be able to get through things, that I needed to stop hating myself, that I needed to try to fix what was going on with me. That way I could move forward. The whole process just made me feel at ease, made me feel like I was welcome, made me feel like they cared about me, and that I was in a safe place. They had me in there, they made sure I got fed before they even finished the intake. The food's incredible. Coming from being in the military, not always eating the best meals, having a personal chef on site was pretty nice. They absolutely took wonderful care of me. I've seen them take great care of other people. I mean, the staff cares, the therapists care, and they just have an overall good program. My duty, I mean, is to be there for them. I mean, these people need somebody they can turn to, need somebody that knows what they're going through, that knows where they've been, and then they'll just pick up the phone. You can call me 24/7, I'm gonna answer. I don't care if, you know, you were here for a day, you were here for 6 months.
I like watching people grow. You get to see them go from this very, very low bottom to to a life, and like you get to see that happiness come back and that fulfillment in them, and they just look and feel and they're whole again.
Our professionals are not just professionals that have gone and gotten an education or gotten a master's in their field. Some of them have had a past that might be similar to yours. And what's essential about that is that is really an opportunity for someone to completely understand you. So it's not just someone who has textbook knowledge, but it's someone who's actually walked the path that you've struggled the same struggles that you've struggled. And I think that brings a lot of understanding to what we currently do. We are a very caring group, non-judgmental, and what we really are interested in doing is being able to provide you an opportunity for you to find the sobriety that you need and ultimately the peace that you so much deserve.